host, Heather Dawson. As always, let's begin with a quick look at the top headlines. We'll look up at the California sky because this is prime time to view Venus and Mercury. Starting this week, Venus and Mercury swing into a position called western elongation. Now, Mercury is always an elusive planet to observe with telescopes because it's typically very close to the sun, and Venus can be the second brightest object aside from the moon. So do you want to become a niceaholic? Well, how about starting off the year by doing at least one nice thing for someone? A Los Angeles woman started the website doOneNiceThing.com to help people do one nice thing a week. And San Diego and Long Beach are named as the top 10 cities in the USA for being dog-friendly. Now, there is a brand new fitness challenge hitting the web. People are being asked to go on Facebook to pledge that they will walk their pet. And when they do, veterans will be given service dogs. And if you want smart kids, add folic acid and iron to your diet. A new study funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation showed children whose mothers were given iron and folic acid supplements during pregnancy were smarter, more organized, and had better fine motor skills than children whose mothers did not get them. California's eastern Sierras are filled with rugged beauty and offer plenty of adventure for those who are willing to take it on. Now, one such challenge is a mountain that stands taller than any other mountain in the continental U.S. and attracts adventurers from all over the world. Our very own David Wylie is one such adventurer as he takes us back to Mount Whitney.
Mount Whitney towers majestically over California's eastern Sierra Nevadas. As the tallest mountain in the lower 48 states, it had long been a goal of mine to hike the 14,500-foot peak. In 2008, I was able to scratch that wish off my bucket list.
Oh, that's one of the toughest things I've ever done in my life. The tallest mountain in the continental U.S., Mount Whitney. It's got my respect.
And while I was proud of my accomplishment, frankly, it was a grueling 22-mile hike that took more than 17 hours. I vowed that would be the first and last time I would make the treacherous trip. But time has a way of changing your mind. 2 years later, in late September of 2010, the mountain called my name, and I found myself hiking Mount Whitney once again. It was 4 a.m. as our group of 8 assembled at the trailhead. Despite hiking the first few hours in the dark, the views were spectacular. The history of what we call Mount Whitney dates back nearly 150 years. It was named for state geologist Josiah Whitney back in 1864 after a failed attempt to climb the mountain by members of the California Geological Survey. The first successful ascent to the summit of Mount Whitney was accomplished by 3 local fishermen in 1873. Well, there were no signs of fishing poles as our group made its way up the Mount Whitney Trail under beautiful blue skies in late September. While we encountered great weather that day, the mountain is known for unpredictable conditions that can include rain, hail, and lightning. One of the most challenging stretches of the Mount Whitney Trail is the so-called 97 Switchbacks, which features a brutal ascent up the face of the mountain and includes a treacherous ice-covered area. As we reached trail crest more than 13,000 feet above sea level, the views opened up for miles, with alpine lakes and incredible rock formations and cliffs. From this point, the final 2 miles are much like a moonscape, rocky and barren. Breathing is difficult as precious oxygen is depleted by the elevation. But finally, we spot the old rock building at the top of the mountain, a structure built by scientists at the turn of last century, signaling that our trek to the top was nearly finished. As we reached the summit, we signed the visitor's log, took time to rest, and posed for a few photos, pictures that would preserve our memories of the pride and satisfaction of that long, long day. Despite this being my second hike of Mount Whitney, it wasn't any easier, and I found myself in the days and weeks following saying, never again. But I've said that before. There's no denying that there's something about Mount Whitney that draws you back. So while today I tip my hat and say so long, I've learned that with time, it's very hard to say goodbye to Mount Whitney. I'm David Wylie.
We all know that it's a good thing to have our kids be involved in staying fit through regular exercise, but it's also just as important to have them be fit with their brain. Many experts say that music is the key to this issue. Ybarra has more.
Most of us have seen or maybe have been involved with music through our elementary school years. It's a time where kids can have a fun learning experience while at the same time exercise the brain in ways that researchers say are very beneficial. Recent scientific findings have discovered that overall brain activity actually increases with the involvement with music, and the academic results have also begun to prove that. Many studies have shown that student members who are part of a band or a choir are usually students who are at the top of their 10% of the class. But whatever the case findings, educators recognize that music and arts education is a key part of learning.
Well, we have a lot of state standards that we're required to teach, and visual and performing arts is one of those standards. And with all the academic standards that we have, it's often difficult for teachers to address some things in visual and performing arts. At our school, we actually have, each grade level does what we call a night performance. So every student has an opportunity to address some of those standards through singing and sometimes dance and music.
I've had children that have behavior problems in the classroom that have actually come in, and I don't have the behaviors in chorus. It's something to let children shine, and I want every child to have an opportunity with this.
The impact of music education on kids at both the elementary and secondary levels is quite evident, as students simply find it a fun form of learning and also providing a motivation factor in keeping kids up to date on their grades.
It's fun because you get to sing songs and learn new songs. I can talk to more friends, and we get partners, and so you get to learn. So you get to like make new friends and learn what they're like, and and see how they sing. It's cool.
I try to do everything I can so I can stay in band, so that means keeping my grades up so that I can stay part of the marching band.
While the current state of education funding is beginning to see many music and arts programs getting cut, the dedication of both administrators and teachers who see the benefit of these programs are helping to keep many music and arts programs surviving for the overall benefit it provides for their students.
I think it's very important in schools because not all children are academically successful, but with music they can be successful. It's just a way for a child to be successful and see that hard work can come out looking like what we did tonight.
Bringing you the best of California. From El Toloma, this is J.R. Ybarra for California Life.
Well, it's a fact. More than 66% of Americans are overweight, and 11 million people in the U.S. have eating disorders. That is why California Life is happy to welcome Rebecca Cooper to the studio. She is the founder of Rebecca's House, an eating disorder treatment center, and the author of Diets Don't Work, which gives important steps that you can take to change poor eating behaviors. Thank you so much for joining us, Rebecca.
Oh, thank you, Heather. I'm really happy to be here.
And this is something that I think everyone in the world has struggled with or knows somebody that has struggled with, and everybody sets these big goals, you know, coming in, I'm going to lose weight, this is the year that I'm going to make a difference in my life. But there's so much more to changing your eating habits than just going on a diet.
That actually can be part of the problem, because when you go on a diet, your metabolism starts to go down, and then when you start eating just normally, well, you start gaining weight. So you keep doing that time after time, and after a while, it's compounded.
I was looking at your book, Diets, they don't work.
Right.
And I think most people have tried and probably can say.
Time and time again.
Yes. So what does work?
You need to be aware. There's so many people who are not even aware of what's going on within their own body and their mind, emotions, and soul. They are totally disconnected from their appetite. They don't know when they're hungry or when they're full. A lot of people are very afraid of going inside because we use food and the thoughts of food, weight, diets, and body image as a way of stuffing down our feelings. So if we've got all those feelings stuffed, and we're trying to get in touch with our appetite, guess what? It's inside too. So there has to be a way of working through some of those core issues so that you can start internalizing some healthy eating goals and taking really good care of yourself.
Tell me a little bit about what you do.
Okay. We have a treatment center. Within the treatment center, we have different groups. We have different professionals and therapists and dietitians and medical doctors and psychologists. So we have a whole group of people. What's really neat about Rebecca's House is that for the therapists, I have tried as much as I can to have people who actually have years of recovery from an eating disorder themselves. Because most people, even therapists, don't know how to treat eating disorders. I went to one of the best universities in this country, okay? And I had one day talking about eating disorders. Now, to think that I could go out there and start working with other people with one day of training, it's impossible. Like, I'm a certified eating disorder specialist. You need to have people who really understand eating disorders. And it seems that if they know that you have recovered and are away from that now, there's a bond. They're able to talk about what's really going on inside. And there's also a lot of hope, because if you can do it, I can do it.
Rebecca's House, it's donations, right? It's a nonprofit.
We just started Rebecca's House Eating Disorder Foundation, where we are going to be supplying partial scholarships for people to get the help they need.
And why did you do this?
Why did I do this? Because, well, one, my mother died of obesity. That's actually what they put on her death certificate. And I myself am 23 years away from the eating disorder, so I get it.
I'm just so thankful that we found you and that we can highlight you, Rebecca's House. And for more information, you can go to your website.
Yes.
And of course, anyone that wants to make a donation to the new
wonderful.
foundation.
Yes.
And I wish you the best of luck. And thank you so much for contributing so much to society.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you. Neil Diamond has been eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for several years, but never got a nomination until now. Diamond made the 2011 class list along with the Alice Cooper Band and Tom Waits. The excitement will have to wait for some. Bon Jovi was turned away from the hall, as was LL Cool J, the J. Geils Band, the Beastie Boys, and Donna Summer. Bruce Springsteen will likely do the honors at the March 14th ceremony in New York City. Well, Willie Nelson's On the Road Again grabbed the top spot in the list of favorite road trip songs, according to a new study. The rest of the rankings were Born to Be Wild, Take It Easy, I Get Around, and Highway to Hell. Now, there was some variation depending on age and region. People from the Northeast and guys favored Born to Be Wild, while young singles listed Highway to Hell as their top pick. And Drew Brees not only led the New Orleans Saints to their first Super Bowl title, but he also heads the list for the 10 best-mannered people for helping New Orleans after the tragedy of Hurricane Katrina. Others making the list: Justin Bieber, Kate Middleton, Chilean Miners, Taylor Swift, Sandra Bullock, and Bill and Melinda Gates.
Doctors say winter is the right time to reset and take care of your health. Joining us today with simpler winter wellness tips is certified physician Dr. Contessa Metcalf from Bravo's Married to Medicine. Welcome, Dr. Contessa.
I'm so excited to be with you today.
Can we start with a nutrition tip to stay healthy?
Well, everyday foods really play an important role in supporting immune health. Dairy milk, including lactose-free milk, is a simple, affordable choice for your family and a fridge staple for many. A top food source of vitamin D, which contributes to immune function, it's especially valuable right now during these winter months when we have less sunlight. Now, dairy milk is also a source of vitamins A, zinc, selenium, and protein, all which help keep immune systems primed and ready to fight during cold and flu season and beyond. This winter, make sleep a priority with Natrol Sleep and Restore. Restorative sleep is so important for supporting your energy and mood and overall well-being, especially again, right now when we're having shorter days, colder weather, and even added stress. All of these just disrupt our sleep patterns. From America's #1 drug-free sleep aid brand, Natrol Sleep and Restore is made with safe, quality, non-habit-forming ingredients, including a blend of magnesium and GABA to support restful sleep this season and beyond.
And when it comes to personal care, what do you share with patients?
The new Philips Sonicare 6500 will clean in ways that a manual just can't. You won't just see the difference, you'll feel it too. It removes 1,000% more plaque than a manual toothbrush, and it leverages next generation Sonicare technology, which provides a gentle, effective clean, even in those hard to reach areas. Plus, the Philips Sonicare 6500 allows you to personalize your brushing with 3 mode intensities and a personalized app with a visual pressure sensor to help protect gums so you can feel the care for yourself.
And do you have any other tips to share with us?
Well, yeah, so let's start the new year strong with a high value, low cost Planet Fitness membership starting at just $15 a month for access to best in class cardio and strength training equipment you typically find at these more expensive gyms. And you'll be joining a welcoming and inspiring fitness community, which will help you stick with your fitness goals. And all fitness levels are welcome. Now, Planet Fitness has 2,800 plus locations, many of which are open 24 hours a day. For more information about everything we talked about today, visit tipsontv.com.
Wow, this is such a beautiful and sophisticated event. It is truly the most elegant Palm Springs party that I have ever been to. It's so refreshing to honor art without the stress of competition. Like, they literally just gave me that. There's no holding my breath. It's just pure celebration. And so often during award season, we're set up as competitors, but we're meant to be a community, not opponents.
Thank you to the Palm Springs International Film Festival. This is such a magical, storied town. I drove out here once from LA, I think when I was like 22, just to like drive past Sinatra's house and look at his hedge. It feels very surreal to be here in this room celebrating these artists. This room is huge. This is huge. This is a massive room. I'm very starstruck.
Palm Springs, thank you for this beautiful honor. It feels good to be here amongst friends and colleagues in a room full of people committed to making the art and amplifying voices, cultures, and the power of film. I want to share my deep respect and well-deserved congratulations to all my fellow honorees tonight. I'm inspired by all the beautiful and powerful work that you guys do, even in dark times. And in this room, in particular, can find ways of telling original stories that entertain us.
Such an anchor for me. I love this community and all of the connections that I've made. You've been so kind to us for 30 years. There's something this business teaches us, and I think everyone in this room understands it. We really understand how hard it is to get one movie made, let alone a good one. We see extraordinary talent that gets overlooked. We see talent that gets overpraised. We see the purity of art and cinema, and then we see charlatans, and we see all of it, and they all exist together because it has to. We are not our industry without that full picture.
And that's it for us. If you missed any part of our show, please go to our website. We'll see you next time.